Jackson was a man of structure and dedication, known for his sharp mind and unwavering focus as a lawyer. He lived with his family in a modern house on Maple Avenue, a picturesque neighborhood lined with trees and meticulous gardens. Despite the demands of his profession and family life, he maintained a friendly acquaintance with his neighbors, including Sarah. Sarah, on the other hand, had faced recent upheaval after her husband left her, reshaping her life entirely. She managed to build a loving and supportive environment for her 2 children, all while navigating the newfound challenges of single motherhood. Her strength and resilience were evident, but behind closed doors, a sense of vulnerability lingered. Their paths began to cross more frequently at the community center, a hub for neighborhood activities and gatherings. Each encounter, though brief and filled with polite smiles, carried an undercurrent of chemistry that neither could ignore. Jackson found himself drawn to Sarah's strength and warmth, while Sarah appreciated Jackson's stability and compassionate demeanor. One late afternoon, as they both reached for the same yoga mat in the exercise class, their eyes met, triggering a spark that left them momentarily speechless. The air between them was charged with an intensity that was both invigorating and unsettling. It was in that moment they both realized there was a deeper connection simmering beneath the surface. They began to share more than just casual greetings, engaging in conversations that stretched beyond superficial topics. With each discussion, their mutual attraction grew, becoming harder to conceal. The modern walls of their adjoining homes now held whispers of longing. Although their situation was complicated, surrounded by the realities of their respective lives, they couldn't deny the magnetic pull that drew them together. It was a dance of desire and discretion, set against the backdrop of their community and their commitments, leaving them to wonder where this inexplicable connection might lead them. As their interactions became more frequent, Sarah and Jackson found themselves caught in an increasingly intoxicating dance. One evening, after a community event, they lingered outside the center, enveloped by the cool evening air and the soft glow of streetlights. Jackson's heart pounded as he glanced at Sarah, the depth of his feelings reflected in his eyes. "It's been a while since I felt this alive," he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper, careful of the echo that might carry back to other lingering attendees. Sarah met his gaze, a smile playing on her lips, both cautious and daring. "I know what you mean. It's unexpected, but it feels right," she admitted, her words a soft invitation wrapped in uncertainty. The boundary between them seemed to blur as they moved closer, the space charged with unspoken promises. It was a moment suspended in time, fragile yet electrifying, as if the universe held its breath, waiting to see what their next move would be. They understood the risks, the complexities of their lives weaving a tapestry of potential consequences. Yet, the pull was undeniable, and their shared moments became stolen indulgences, whispers beneath the stars, and fleeting touches that spoke volumes. In the privacy of their thoughts, they wondered how this story would unfold. Each encounter crafted a narrative of yearning and closeness, yet tinged with questions that lingered in the shadows. For now, they chose to embrace the warmth of this newfound connection, navigating its uncharted waters with cautious delight. Together, amidst the rhythm of their daily lives, they savored the moments of this unexpected journey. It was a delicate balance of longing and responsibility, a testament to the complex tapestry of human emotions that bound them in this semblance of a modern love story. Over the following weeks, the connection between Jackson and Sarah deepened, fueled by shared moments and secret exchanges. Their interactions became a refuge from the demands of life, a private sanctuary where they could be themselves without judgment or expectation. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden hue over the neighborhood, Jackson found himself at his window, glancing out at Sarah's house next door. It had become a habit, this silent acknowledgement of her presence, a comforting reminder of the bond they shared. The phone in his pocket buzzed softly. It was a message from Sarah. "Meet me," it read, accompanied by a simple heart emoji that seemed both innocent and laden with meaning. His heart quickened as he read it, anticipation flooding through him. They met at the community park, a small, hidden alcove that offered privacy and a sense of seclusion. As Jackson approached, he saw Sarah sitting on a bench, a serene figure in the twilight. She looked up at him, her expression radiant yet tinged with the weight of their unspoken truths. "Thank you for coming," Sarah said softly, her voice a gentle melody against the evening breeze. "I just needed to see you." Jackson sat beside her, the physical proximity amplifying the emotional closeness they shared. "I'm glad you did. I've been thinking about you," he replied, the sincerity in his voice unmistakable. They sat there, enveloped in a comfortable silence, the world falling away around them. It was as if the park itself conspired to hold their secret, the rustling leaves and distant chirping of crickets forming a gentle symphony to their unspoken understanding. Eventually, Sarah spoke, her words a careful exploration of their reality. "I know this isn't simple, but I can't ignore what we have. It's special." Jackson nodded, acknowledging the truth in her words. "It is. And while it's complicated, I'm willing to see where it leads us, as long as we're honest with each other." Their conversation stretched into the night, each willing to share parts of themselves they hadn't realized needed sharing. It was an exploration of hopes and dreams entwined with the challenges they faced. In that moment, they were simply two people crossing paths, navigating the complexities of their lives together. As they finally stood to leave, the promise of the future hanging softly between them, Sarah reached for Jackson's hand. It was a simple gesture, but one that encapsulated their journey, a silent vow to cherish the here and now, even as they braved the unknown. As the evening deepened, a gentle breeze whispered through the trees, carrying with it the scent of blooming jasmine from a nearby garden. Jackson and Sarah stood together, their hands still entwined, a subtle testament to the bond they had forged amidst the complexities of their lives. Impulsively, Sarah stepped closer, her gaze searching Jackson's eyes for unspoken permission. There, she found understanding and a mutual yearning that mirrored her own. Without a word, he drew her into a tender embrace, the world fading away as they focused entirely on each other. It was a moment that transcended words, where emotion spoke louder than any declaration could. Their lips met softly, an exquisite fusion of longing and warmth, their touch filled with the promise of uncharted intimacy. It felt as though time stretched, suspending them in a cocoon of shared sensations and whispered confessions. Wrapped in each other's arms, they allowed themselves to savor the closeness, a brief escape from the responsibilities and realities that awaited them beyond the park's borders. The stolen moment was exactly what they both needed, an acknowledgement of their connection that lingered even as they pulled away. As the night drew its curtain around them, Jackson and Sarah exchanged a glance that conveyed understanding and commitment to protect the precious moments they shared. Wordlessly, they began the walk home, side by side, comfortable in the silence that spoke louder than words. With a gentle squeeze of her hand, Jackson promised silently to be there, whatever the future held. Sarah responded with a soft smile, a reflection of the gratitude and affection that filled her heart. And as they parted ways at the edge of their adjoining lawns, each retreated to their respective homes, carrying with them the memory of the evening, a cherished chapter in their evolving story. It was a testament to what had begun and what could be, if they were willing to traverse the journey together.